Hey guys, this is Caesar with Inspire Movement. So glad that you're joining us for another segment of Word of the Day. Today we're exploring the word resentment. So resentment by definition is bitter indignation at having been treated unfairly by someone. Some of the triggers for resentment can be things like maybe dealing with people that have this desire to always be right, not being heard or feeling that you can get in a word otherwise. Also, basically being put down or being taken advantage of by other people. Also, having expectations of other people that are unrealistic can lead to things like resentment as well. So once resentment has taken roots, what are some of the things that it can actually lead to? Well, you could have like these recurring negative thoughts that you can't get rid of, things that you just play over and over and over again, whether it be moments or events or even people. It can lead to things like regret and remorse. It could also lead to things like fear or avoidance of certain situations. It can lead to things like also having a tense relationship with other folks, holding grudges basically, and acting out like passive aggressively. These are some of the things that it can actually lead to. So there's a whole host of different things that it could lead to, but how can you treat it? How can you actually try to cope with it? Well, if it's a situation where you have this uncontrolled anger and rage that you can't get rid of, then you definitely need to see some form of psychiatrist or psychologist to try to help you cope with that. But you could also try to be more introspective and try to figure out, give yourself time obviously to figure out why you have these feelings of anger and maybe some unresolved situations inside of you that you haven't connected with. Try to factor in something like self-compassion, where you try to process your pain through things like mindfulness and kindness. Also, try to do things like leaning into your gratitude, right, which we've talked about at length. So instead of focusing on the things that you don't have, try to focus on the things that are actually going right in your life. That could also be very helpful as well. Try to be empathetic, meaning to say, like, try to put yourself in other people's perspectives, because maybe you're seeing things through your little lens, but when you try to look at it from another perspective, maybe it's not quite what you think, and you can deal with your resentment that way. As I personally try to connect with the word resentment, I can tell you in different seasons of my life, not too long ago actually, I've had pretty extensive seasons of dealing with bitterness and remorse. And for me, it's been mostly putting these unrealistic expectations on people, people that I care for, and maybe I think that they should do this for me or they should do that for me, and they don't. And one of the hardest things to do is to be able to accept that and sort of begin to let go. It sounds easy, but I've had to consult with people that love me, whether it be my wife, my sons, my mom, just people that care for me, and trying to be introspective, try to figure out what it is that I'm dealing with and why I'm dealing with these feelings, and really succumb to a lot of prayer. For me, that's very, very important, to just, really try to lean on my faith very heavily to try to get over the situation. Because once resentment, really gets planted and takes firm root in your life, it's really hard work to get rid of. It's definitely something very difficult to process and overcome. But it can be done when you get to that period of accepting what happened, trying to solve the issue, letting go of the resentment, and moving on with the rest of your life. So I hope that you enjoyed these reflections on the word resentment. I think it's something that we could definitely all relate to. I want to give one more plug, because we are now 3 days away from our first product launch. If you haven't connected with us at www.inspiremovement.com, please go and check it out. You will find 3 different types of resistance bands there, from an easier resistance to a little bit harder. Color scheme basically tied to a form of resistance. I think they're all reasonably priced, but we're counting on your patronage, we're counting on your support so that we could continue doing all of these cool things for the community that we're trying to do. We're definitely going to count on you going forward for this and many other things. Thank you so much. Hook up with us on social media, all of our different platforms, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you and have a blessed week.